Hi, guys. So, I just met with the mother of a son that just died by suicide very, very recently. And I can't imagine the strength that took her to come and talk to me. I have to tell you that, Donna, when you got in, when you met me and walked into my RV, I felt this sense of peace and calm. I could already tell you're an incredible woman. And guys, I had asked her to bring me some photos of Dustin. And so, Dustin, this is Dustin and his three children. And this mother came to talk to me today to share her experience. And as a mom of two veterans, I've never I've never actually met any mom that so recently, especially, lost a child. She presented me, this is the kind of woman that she is. She made this, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. She made this amazing bag for me, and it's got my name on it, Michelle. It's got the 22, and it says, "Is too many." On this side, there's scripture, "For he that is mighty has done to me great things, and holy is his name. And as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." That's about one of my favorite sayings. On the back of it is, "Do not fear, I am with you. We walk by faith, not by sight. Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever. The joy of the Lord is your strength. We may not have it all together, but together we have it all." She has the name of my ministry, National Veteran Resources. She replicated what looks to be my logo, and it says Operation 22 to 0, which, if you know me and what I'm doing, I call this whole tour while I'm traveling the country in this RV, Operation 22 to 0. So she presented this to me before we even sat down. And God bless you, Donna. I don't know how you had the strength to do this for me, but I truly appreciate it. I asked her if she wanted to be on camera, and initially she said that if she could make a difference, that she would like to be on camera. But I like to talk to everybody first before we go on camera and I do an interview or let them share their stories. And I told her what I would like to do is just share some of her message. And I wasn't going to put her through going to be on camera. It's just too soon. And I just didn't want to put her through that. But I asked her if I could talk about Dustin, and she absolutely agreed. She said that I could use his name and her name if it would make a difference. So she shared who Dustin was with me. She talked to me about his experience in the military and his experience after being in the military. And there's a couple of things that I got out of my meeting with Donna. I'm sorry, I'm a little hoarse. This was a really powerful and emotional and touching meeting for me. She says several things that I think that we all need to think about and be aware of and share. So I'm hoping you're going to share this video. Dustin started drinking heavily in the military. And Dustin's mother thinks that the military should do something more for those that are drinking heavily and displaying bad acts of behavior. And I told her a story. My own son got in trouble on base. They were very strict on base, and he got caught drinking. Sorry, Tom, I have to share this story, though. but they're not so strict off base, or there's not a lot of reprimanding. And as a mom who lost a son to suicide, one of her points of interest is to let people know that she thinks that the military should do more about the drinking while on active duty, because then it becomes a habit. And once they transition out, it's a hard thing to stop. So she shared with me that Dustin really had the hardest time when he was drinking, once he got out of the service especially, and he was drinking more and more and more because he was hurting and in so much pain. So he attempted several suicides previous, and she says that this is what she would like people to know. Once someone has attempted suicide once, you should treat them as if they did as if they were successful with suicide. She said that she wishes she had done things differently by some of the things that she would talk to him about. But she said if somebody attempts suicide, and I thought this was a very powerful statement, that from that point on, you should pay attention to them and try to seek help for them. And she said that she doesn't believe that her son really meant to do this. A lot of the veterans and the first responders that I've talked to that have attempted suicide once or multiple times have told me that they were unsuccessful for whatever reason, but that they really didn't mean to do it. They were just trying to end their pain. And usually it was because they were drinking, they were drunk, they weren't thinking, and something set them off. They had a fight with a loved one, or they might have lost their job, or whatever it may be, because it all piles up. They hold things in. They're not getting the help that they need. They're not going to the VA. They're not getting counseling. These particular people that have attempted suicide that have shared this with me have told me they just wanted to end their pain, but they don't realize what it does to their families. This family is devastated. He had 3 children, loving sister and brothers, mother, father, friends, family members, close family members, and more. And he spiraled out of control, and one day he was upset, and he was successful this time. His own son found him. Men and women that suffer, I urge you, my whole being is to urge you to please get help before it's too late. You just don't know what it does to your families. And I've been told by veterans, you just don't know what we go through. I don't, guys. I don't know what you go through. I'm not a counselor. I've never been in your place, but I know that there are people that love you, and you need to get the help. If you feel that you're depressed, or you're anxious, or you're having nightmares, you're having bad relationships, you're isolating, you have the feeling of guilt, survivor's guilt, whatever it is, before it's too late, get help. And loved ones, friends and family, please pay close attention. Dustin's mother says, I wish I would have listened more and maybe done things a little bit differently. And I tell her, you did what you thought was best. And there's no right or wrong way to treat these. We just don't know how to handle them. We're not professionals. So I spent a long time with Donna today, and I'm so glad I came to Crossville, Tennessee, and met this mom. Donna and your family, and Dustin's friends, I want you to know that Dustin, in his children's photo, and I showed her where it's going to be, is going to be up on my cab with Sabina and Clay and Peter, in memory of Bobby and Bonnie's son, and children. He's going to be riding around the country, and hopefully the veterans getting in this RV are going to let me tell them about these photos and why I carry them with them, and I'm going to have them take a picture of the Veterans Crisis Line that I have hanging up here. So guys, please share these stories. They're messages of despair. There's messages of hope and faith. It's a message that there's a lot of people out there that really do care about you. And I just ask that you can call that. Sorry, there's a fly in here. The Veterans Crisis Line. I've given out my phone number many times, and it's right on the RV. And I dedicate this video to the memory of Dustin, his mother Donna, who I met today, and to all those that have lost somebody to suicide. I think together we can all make a difference. So thank you for listening. This was a hard one. Sorry, I dropped my phone. And I'm having a hard time with this one. I'm sorry. Just please, if you know of somebody that you believe is suffering or is acting in a way they're not, they don't normally act, or they're drinking a lot or doing drugs or isolating, if they're talking to you, listen. Do your buddy checks and encourage them to get help if you can. Okay? That's all I can think of and know of to say right now. I'm kind of at a loss for words. So thank you very much. God bless you all. And I thank you all for your love and support.